all the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players.
Hey, Huntz, what you doing?
What do you mean? How did you... MarioMaster, I'm in the middle of a performance. How did you even get here?
Hey, what are you doing?
Going inside?
Do you work here?
Yes.
Alright, go right in then, sir.
Cool, thanks. I don't know.
Well, leave.
But I don't wanna.
And why is that?
I wanna try.
You wanna what now?
I wanna try this thingy.
You mean acting?
Yeah, that thing.
But I'm in the middle of a performance!
So?
Go ahead, but when you crash and burn, don't come crying to me.
Hello, welcome to... Where is this? Late night? Yeah, that. Let's do that.
What the fuck?
Hello.
Greetings.
Bob, what are you doing here?
I don't know either. I just suddenly appeared here. I don't know why.
Ah. MarioMaster, how'd he get here?
Yeah. I don't know, there was like a teleporter incident, and like, I guess you warped here instead of some battlefield.
Are you sure we're not just really high right now? Because that happens to me a lot.
You take your annual drug test, right?
There's a drug test?
You do know there is one, right?
Oh,
It was on the
shit.
contract you signed.
I thought I made the contracts. Wow, I must have been really high when I made that contract.
Well,
Why would you put a drug test on a contract when you're high?
You know, there's a lot of questions I don't know how to answer. Most of them are math questions.
makes sense.
So Bob, since you're here, do you at least have like some kind of a topic for us or something?
Computer science!
No.
Oh.
Oh, Bob.
Well, let's see. Video game design major. Let's see. We got video games. I'm assuming you did that before. Because I haven't watched anything.
We cover topics in video games. That too.
Yes.
Anyways.
And a specific video game.
Let's see. What do I need to know about video game design? We got programming, which none of you know. We got design, which you don't know much of, and a little bit of theater for the cutscenes and art. So
I like that. I like that second to last one.
The theater?
Yes.
I don't know much about theater. You only need to know the absolute minimal about theater and whatnot.
Well, I'm pretty sure the intro scene before us said theater, so I think that's what we're supposed to do.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yes,
I
it
wasn't
did.
here for that intro scene.
Then how are you here at all?
You must have just shown up immediately after it ended.
How is this possible? What? Ah!
I thought MarioMaster already explained this. It was a teleportation incident.
Yeah. Where have you been?
Anyways, onwards to the topic.
Yes.
A little bit of background knowledge. Both MarioMaster and myself have some experience in the theatrical field. Some, very few, little bit.
Very little. I was a stage actor for a few years.
It is only
I took a drama
slightly
class.
greater than 0, and that is also less than 1.
Great job interrupting there, Bob. Now let MarioMaster finish.
Yay. I was a stage actor for a few years. We did improv and we did a couple plays broadcasted for the public. It was pretty cool.
Neat. I've been a stage manager and actor before, too. Bob has no experience.
Except for slight voice acting.
Yes, voice acting. Which isn't technically a part of theater, that's a little bit different.
You know, you sound almost exactly like that guard outside.
Yeah, right? Wait a second.
What?
Nah, couldn't be.
I was drunk.
What?
Happens to the best of us.
How is everyone I know drunk? Oh my god. Anyway, so theater has a lot of aspects to it, which I will not be going into the exact aspects, but I will talk about some of the stuff I learned in theater class. Like, there's a representational and presentational acting, which I can't really explain it very well, because every time I asked my teacher if I had the right idea she said no. That's all she said. She just said no. She's just like, Miss Teacher, is this the right idea? No. Oh.
No direction whatsoever is an amazing teaching skill.
Indeed.
That's what
But I
all
mean,
art teachers use.
Basically, representational is where you want the people who are watching you to feel, while presentational is you want them to understand the human experience. Like, for example, this would be representational. You're lying, you monster! You're crazy! While the presentation will be more like, you're lying. You monster, you are lying. You are lying to everyone here, and every single person here knows the truth, but you won't admit it. Like, there's basically a difference, kind of thing.
Indeed.
Theater also has a lot to do with the plays and the playwrights and the musicals. Hate musicals.
Musicals aren't that bad. We were gonna do one, and then we kind of lost production for it.
Speaking of production, I like The Producers. That's a musical I like.
That was a weird, just kind of plug that happened.
I like The Producers. It's a good example of theater, because it's not theater of the absurd. Maybe it is theater. What's theater of the absurd? MarioMaster, take it away on a slight thing while I go check what theater of the absurd is.
Cool. Well, so being a stage actor, it's mostly we did improv quite a bit. We had like weird games where we would sit in chairs and then we would what do we do now? No, I forget. Fuck. Anyway, improv games, totem pole thing. There was a totem pole. Okay, there was two guys, right? And they stand up and they'd be totem poles. And then there'd be a scene that acted out, and when they couldn't think of a word, they'd run over and tap somebody on the shoulder, and then they'd shout out a word, and then they had to run with it.
Oh, I like that kind of improv. My favorite improv is where like you do it, and then the teacher will like yell out freeze. Everyone will stand in their place, and then one of the people will take the position of the other person. I remember
Yeah,
this
we
really,
had that game too.
I had this really messed up moment where like the teacher said freeze and called me in. It started out with two girls. One was like kind of like giving the other one CPR, and then I came in. And I had to think of something other than CPR, and the position was really awkward. And I'm not talking about this anymore.
No, what did you think of?
So, I thought of, is this belt too tight, miss? And I also acted as a gay guy.
I don't know what to say about that.
Neither do I. Let's continue on. Theater of the absurd of what I mentioned is actually absolutely completely different than what I thought it was. Theater of the absurd is their work is expressed through the belief that human existence has no meaning or purpose, and therefore all communication breaks down. Logically, construction and argument gives way to the irrational and illogical speech, and to its ultimate conclusion, silence.
I like that.
That's deep.
That's Bob's kind of theater.
That's deep. So, I mean, I like theater, there's a lot about it I like, but I mean, we're not very technological in it, so we're probably gonna get a lot of hatred for this episode, like, you guys don't know theater!
And they're right, we don't.
Exactly, and we're doing it anyways.
Indeed.
Because this is what we call filler, kind of, sort of.
Because
Mostly.
this is what comes out of the genius ideas behind Late Night.
Woo!
Yes, this is our show.
This is our show, people. Get used to it. But no, mostly the reason why I say this is thriller is because soon we will finally have our animated Coldo intros. It's just taking a while.
Maybe.
How long
Only
was
a
that?
maybe.
No, it's not
How
maybe,
long
it's
was
happening.
that?
How long has
How
that
long
been?
was that promise though? It's like
Oh, no, he's still doing it. He's just been fucking busy as shit.
Oh, okay.
That's what you said about the 3D animator long time ago.
Okay, we're not getting into things not late night related. Thank you very much.
So,
So, anyways, along with
theater.
that, yes, theater.
What's your experiences with theater aside from horrible teachers?
Me?
Yes, you.
That wasn't a horrible teacher. That's one of the best teachers ever.
Okay.
I love that
Experiences
teacher.
with theater. Let's go.
Experiences with theater. Well, probably one of my favorite theatrical things. What was it? I think it was Noises Off. That was a fun play to do. I was the stage manager in that, but they needed to call me in for a few days to play one of the characters, and obviously, because I know all the fucking lines, because I'm the fucking stage manager, I come in, and the first time I'm on stage just helping everyone rehearse, I had to improv a line, but it worked so damn perfectly that I'm a good actor when I try, basically. But acting has a lot of aspect to, some people say that people are born with the talent for acting, but other people believe that it can be taught. In my opinion, acting is more of just... It's a thing. There's no way to tell whether people are born with talent or not. Because if people were actually born with talent, there'd be a way for us to know if it's there, in my opinion. There's no way for us to know, like, this person has theatrical talent, this person is going to suck at life and be a hobo at the age of 30.
Maybe it's just a mindset. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't have this kind of mindset, you're not going to be able to do it.
Yeah, that would make more sense. Anyways, though, noise is off. That reminds me of a hilarious moment, because I was working the booth on the actual stage night, and, basically the actors at my school are assholes a lot of the time. Like, they blame the techies for everything, and the stage managers and everything like that. So I'm sitting in the booth, watching over the thing with the wireless headset on, looking at every single aspect, continually communicating with the techies behind the stage, and, and then, frickin', the guy who's running the light board leans on the light board and apparently learned that one of the buttons is a blackout button. So the entire stage blacks out, and I'm just like looking at him like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Cause like he didn't know what he did, so he starts hitting all these random buttons. The spotlight comes on, the floodlights come on. I'm like, dude, no, you need a preset 3. I actually remember the presets from it, but preset 3. So he finally gets it to preset 3, and during this, the actors are improvising like one of them was doing really well because there was a character in the thing who apparently is in the thing, the guy who runs the booth, and it's only slightly mentioned, and he used that as an improv to make people think it was part of the play, and saved it. Everyone else was yelling, Seth, get the lights back on! And I'm like, we're in the middle of a performance, and you idiots are yelling my name to get the fucking lights on. I'm sitting here I was sitting there like hysterical, because I was also running the sound booth, and the show, and I was stressing out, and then the director comes up and says, what the fuck was that? And I'm like, just don't ask, please. And the director's like, alright. So basically the entire stage goes out, and we used a couple of little tricks that we did to help the actors to know their cues. Like, we had this little light inside of the set that was actually connected to the light board, which took some serious wiring, mostly because the set rotates. And basically we flipped the light at certain moments when the curtain was drawn to tell actors to get into position. So, anyone got any thoughts on what I just said?
I think that was the worst performance I've ever heard about.
Oh no, I can beat that. I had to improv my entire, the entire time I was acting when I was in, kindergarten, when I played the pig from, Little Red Hen or whatever.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And it was horrible?
No, it was really good. Everyone said I was the ham of the show.
Neat.
Which
so
is kind of
I will go
ironic
on.
since I'm Jewish. And ham is, you know.
Yes. So, I did a play as well. I was... Have any of you guys ever heard of a play called Wrecked? No?
I'll take the silence as a no.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, no. So, it's about this mother who is like an alcoholic, but she has to raise her 2 kids. And she goes to the bartender like every night to talk about her problems, and that was me. I was the bartender. Because I guess I have the voice for it. But like he's the standard TV bartender who like wipes down the counter and is like, so what's troubling you? And then it just like talks over that. But at the very end, his son is like, her son, the mother's son, comes up to the bartender and is like, what the fuck are you doing? You're like dating my mom now, because they went out after a while.
What the fuck are you on?
Yeah, and then the bartender just like pulls off his uniform and is like, that martini symbol up in the sky, that is for me. I fight crime.
What?
And he fucking flies off.
What?
Yeah, the bartender fights crime.
What? That makes no sense.
Yeah, no,
Best
it doesn't.
play ever.
The
Oh my-
bartender fights crime.
I'm just imagining you right now, MarioMaster, because I know what you look like.
Yeah.
I'm imagining you right
That's
now.
why I took the role. Because the
But I'm
bartender
also-
fought.
But I'm also imagining you with a Max's severed head on your head.
That's
as
not
a
what the
superhero.
bartender wore. It was a Superman war. It was a Superman uniform
I don't care.
with like a martini in the middle. and
I
soda.
no. You've got Max's severed head too.
Okay.
Don't ruin this
But
for me.
It was that, and the bartender fought crime. It was amazing.
That is pretty amazing. So, theater has a lot of different types of theater that are the commonly known theaters. There's the dramas, the comedies, and the drama musicals and the comedy musicals.
Isn't that called genre? Wait.
Yes, genres. But that's what people usually talk about theater. No one would like look at something and say, this is theater in the absurd, this is theater in the oppressed, this is representational theater, this is presentational theater, this is acting, no. It's not a theater type. They use this mask, they use that mask. Those are all the terminologies, but no one would use that. There's a lot of terminology to theater, and if someone just for anyone who out there who's thinking about doing acting, and you have a theater teacher who's a hard ass, mine's not hard ass, but they were telling us about how people are hard asses, like in college if you want to do acting. You learn all these terminologies and crap, but it really seems fucking useless. Because you're sitting there, and like, if you ever audition for something in real life, if you haven't noticed, the TV actors versus the stage actors are way better. Because the theater, the stage actors are way better than the TV actors, because the TV actors are a piece of shit nowadays, except for like a select few. Like, I've actually like looked at a lot of the TV actors and said, have they ever taken acting lessons, or are they just doing this off the top of their head? So basically, if any of you want to go into film acting, just go audition with absolutely no skills whatsoever. You'll do great.
Wonderful advice.
Thank you. I'm very good at giving advice.
Yes.
I'm also very modest.
Well, no one is denying that. So, I also did another play, like, at the very end of my career. I only did, like, one or two.
Your career.
I have a career now.
Interesting.
Anyway.
What of it?
I only did, one or two
wait, hold on.
giant-
I thought I was the guy who had all the different jobs.
Maybe you need to get more.
Well, shit.
Beat
good
me
point.
at my
You need to get
beat me
all
at my job.
of the jobs.
Yeah.
So I only did like one.
I
or
should
two...
go sell windows.
You should. That is an amazing job.
Inside joke, yay.
Yes. I only did like one or two giant plays in my career. Waits for cutoff.
What?
No. Good. Now that no one is interrupting me, I played a kid called Sparky, and he's like an 8-year-old boy who gets picked on by like fucking everyone in the school that he's at. And it was really hard to learn because even though he like has the same physique as me, he needs to get like picked up and shoved around, and so I got carried around the entire fucking stage with like 6 people.
I would have loved that. I would have fucking loved that. That would have been amazing.
And so to feel better about himself, he puts like 2 giant foam hands in his backpack that the crafting department modeled after my own hands that I don't have now. They belong to the crafting department. But there
That
were like
sucks.
giant versions of my own hands that I wore and are like, now I am strong. This is my power. And then the kids beat me the fuck up again.
Wait, what?
Still, it was a good play.
And then the kids killed
He
Sparky.
He learns to not be afraid because he's got the hands, and that makes him feel stronger.
That's a depressing end. He still gets the crap beaten out of him.
No, he doesn't. He like stands up to them afterward. They try to beat him up, and he's like, "Fuck you! I have giant hands. What are you gonna do?"
That reminds me. Reminds me of the movie Kick-Ass, which I recently saw. Kick-Ass was like the weirdest thing. Like, how does metal plates in people's body make you stronger? Anyways, continue.
So he stands up to them, and they're like, "Oh my god, he's got giant fucking hands." Because like they're fucking idiots, I guess. He's got giant hands. Gotta back off. And so they backed off, and Sparky won and has his confidence back with his giant hands.
You know, this episode seems to be more about our own theatrical experience than it does about theater itself.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd mention that. By the way, guys, for anyone who's still listening, you should stick around till the end because that's when the MarioMaster does acting.
Oh, Well,
Yes.
am I going to try the thingy then?
Yes.
Very well.
Yes, you are.
I don't know about this.
And the interesting fact about that is, if you guys haven't realized this, our cold openings generally, fun fact, generally, are almost like when we do a cutoff from the cold open, it's like that universe freezes generally.
Yes.
Yeah, I
We
think
had
that's an
two-
interesting fact to tell them. I bet you they
we have
didn't.
2 separate universes.
Yeah.
One's just the show all the time, and one's just like skits that we do.
Yep. Skits and giggles.
So I actually chipped that hand, one of them, and no one noticed it. But it was just like a little paint scratch on one of the fingers, and then I was like, oh my god, I just ruined the hand, but no one noticed it.
Okay.
So that's yeah. They were awesome giant foam hands though. They had like the exact same skin tone as my real hand.
You should have asked to keep them.
I did. I couldn't because the school paid money for them, and they're the school's hands.
The school has hands now. The school has hands that don't fit them.
No, they fit me
Yes.
because they were molded to me.
I am very special because there's only one of me.
Therefore, they should not be yours because school logic.
Fuck your logic. I have nothing.
Well, now I can honestly say that I've made an imprint on the school because now they have 2 versions of my hands that they can use to punch the shit out of people.
I'm just imagining the school being like, Billy, it's time for your punishment. And
Whips out
like
the
your
Mario
hand,
Master
yeah,
hands.
whips out the MarioMaster hands.
That's-
You know,
that's-
one day when like there's the tell-all biography of MarioMaster, which yes is totally gonna happen. It's just gonna be like where he goes to, and then everyone's gonna go there to see the hands.
everyone's gonna be like, "Where's the giant fucking hand?"
Give me the giant fucking guy at the International MarioMaster Museum.
Well, I don't know about that. It'd just be like a giant building of hats and like hands.
Hats and hands. 50 years in the future, the International Mario Master Museum, and then like the front thing is like Mario Master, whenever the hell you were born, till like 2048, and it's like, it's so sad, the world has lost this beautiful man, and then you're standing right next to him. It's like, yeah, I know, it is pretty sad. I probably should correct that. That's
That date is way off.
yeah, you're just standing next to them, and they're just like, what? It's like, what?
Oh, did you see the 20 other gravestones I have?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I have a gravestone collection and ad collection.
They look
Wow,
at the
we just
sign
totally
on
went
the-
off topic.
No, they look at the sign on the cemetery and it's just like Mario Master Cemetery.
Oh yeah, because you die a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, now you get it.
That took me a second.
Oh God, man. Anyway,
Why can't I have a
respawn?
respawn ability?
You do.
I do.
You just haven't died yet.
Oh, that's true. I'm usually the killer.
So I tell a lie, semi-lie. We did do one musical-based play. It's like it was. There's music, but we didn't sing or like say anything at all. So it was. We did a dance, which is like there's 6 guys in a fucking mob and 6 guys who refuse to dance, and then there was like safety dance, and
So
we did
Grace?
like what?
So it's like Grace or something like that, or West
I don't
Side
know.
Story,
I haven't seen those.
or insert generic gang-based theater here.
Sure, it's like that. And so there was safety dance, and then eventually the people who were dancing overtook the mob, and that was it. But it was a pretty good show.
Neat.
Choreographed and everything, that was hard.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Still.
So let's talk about William Shakespeare, since this is a theater-based thing and we don't have that much time left. William
Okay.
Shakespeare, he, in my opinion, is not that good.
Well, you just pissed off fucking everyone.
Even you.
No, but still.
Then I guess I didn't piss off everyone. Bob, did I piss you off?
Nope.
Exactly. I don't think he's that good because of the fact that I think his plays are all too similar. I've actually analyzed a lot of his plays and been like, this is just like this other play made by him. Like
Most
I
of
think
his plays
Romeo
are
and
tragedies,
yeah, I know,
basically.
but I think Romeo and Juliet is too close to Macbeth.
Oh, that William Shakespeare.
Yes. No, the other William Shakespeare.
What? Yeah.
What?
I completely forgot who he was, so I'm like,
How?
maybe I'll get a hint when you guys speak of him.
How do you forget who William Shakespeare? No, we're off what I just
Don't
said.
give a damn about
Bob,
that.
you didn't even know who the
And you were
fuck.
like, no. And he was like, did we piss you off, Bob? No.
Nope,
It's
I don't even know.
Talk about.
I don't know who he is.
Those plays too.
Oh,
God damn it.
One episode we get Bob to guest on, and he doesn't even know who William Shakespeare is.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, this is technically our first guest star episode, so hooray! Confetti that I won't be editing in because I don't want to look for
Stop.
confetti effects.
Wait, am I a guest star? I don't remember.
Yeah,
this.
you're here.
Yeah, you were
Did you
here.
guys have other guests?
No, never.
Oh.
Never before.
That's weird.
How's it?
Welcome
weird?
to the show!
Yay. Technically, Hyper's not a guest star because he's part of the show.
Wait, he's part of the show?
He's part of the show.
I am really behind right now.
Yes, you are.
Theater!
Theater! That's what this entire episode has totally been about.
If only it was about something with video games so that I can comment on things.
Yeah, maybe. You could always have a show about video games. We need more shows. We need more shows. Bob.
Yeah. We need topic ideas.
No, we need show ideas.
How about console ports? That's a topic idea.
What?
Very frustrating console. Very
Oh,
frustrating
that.
idea.
So, William Shakespeare.
William Shakespeare. Is it true that William Shakespeare has a lost play, though? I mean, I heard of that. Like,
I've heard
William
of that.
Shakespeare's lost plays. Oh. What was William Shakespeare's last play? Last play? I said lost play! Fuck! The Tempest.
But wasn't it like a play that he never finished? Is that what we're getting at here? And then it was just kind of like thrown to the depths of hell?
Lost plays. Lost plays.
I was gonna
Why
ask
William
Bob.
Shakespeare's lost play is not forgery. What? Okay, continue on something while I read this.
I was gonna ask Bob if he knew what it was, but he didn't even know who William Shakespeare was. So
Oh, I know who William Shakespeare is. I just needed a reminder. That's all.
William Shakespeare's lost play, no hoax, says expert. It was a thrill, spills, sword fights, violence, sexual assaults, and, to modern ears, a terrible ending. By little-known 18th century play, Double Falsehood was propelled into the literary limelight, today when it was claimed as a lost Shakespeare. Interesting. So you guys can
So
look
we
up
don't-
yourself what the lost Shakespeare is,
but
because
we don't know if it's.
are running out of time.
I said we don't know if it's a real lost Shakespeare play. No one's actually like confirmed this or anything like that.
Nope, nothing about it.
Neat.
All we know is that it might exist, which I think is interesting. Because I, somewhere in my mind, believe it's that episode from Doctor Who.
You think Shakespeare wrote a Doctor Who episode?
No. There was an episode of Doctor Who where Shakespeare had this play, and then these witches were the ones who influenced him on how he was writing it. And then the end part was like a spell to bring back all these other witches, but the witches were actually aliens. But and basically when Shakespeare was the master of words, so he basically was able to use his words to get rid of the witches again. And what I think was interesting was what was it? Like, basically, at the end, he says, it was funny, because William Shakespeare needed a word to be what expelled or got rid of the witches. So, the Doctor Who's companion, the Doctor looked to his companion to tell Shakespeare something, whose name was Martha. And by the way, this was after Harry Potter came out, so she was like, Expelliarmus! And William Shakespeare shouts Expelliarmus, a giant portal opens up, sucks his play and all the witches away, and Doctor Who just looks to his companion and is like, really? You just did that way before its time. Basically saying that Expelliarmus actually gets rid of witches.
Yes. And in the guise of the public, it is now a reference to something that exists. Hooray.
Yay! So yeah, if his play actually is lost, I'd love it to be the one that was in the Doctor Who. That was like, that'd be amazing. That would be amazing.
We found it and didn't tell anyone, so we used it as a prop in our show.
And then we destroyed it in a giant vortex of swirling fire.
Yes.
By the way, that was an actual vortex. I'm going to cut a piece of hair off my face now.
I see. Before you run out of time, now that Bob knows who Shakespeare is, what does he think of Shakespeare's plays?
Boring!
Well, that's one way to end it.
Yes.
So, we will see you guys after What the Fuck Are You On?
Indeed. I've been the MarioMaster.
And I'm Huntzerz.
And
I don't know what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Well, this is where we cut off to the next segment in the show.
No, that was supposed to be my headline, damn it!
I know, and then I ruined it. I ruined it. I ruined it. I ruined it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Czar speaking. And I'd like to welcome you to What the Fuck Are You On? Where the idiots of this world are brought out in the news. Now we are officially at cruising altitude, so you are free to move about the cabin. Just don't be an idiot. Just when I tell people don't be an idiot, we get the stupidest pilots since the pilots from the movie Airplane. I mean, how do you screw up this? Have you ever been out of the country, maybe to France? Well, I would highly be against using their airline after these people got to take a nice trip when the pilots of this terrible France flight realized they were out of gas. Now let me take a moment to say, who the hell flies a 1.32 million pound hunk of metal combustion engine and a good 50 plus living people and don't fuel up their plane? Just imagine the conversation the pilots were having as they landed in Syria, of all places. This is your captain speaking. We are kinda out of gas. Yeah, plus we're in Syria, so does anyone have cash? They say they won't accept our credit card at the stop and pump. So I'm wondering if you people would sacrifice their bodies to fill up the plane again. Sell off a few of the women and children. Okay, I'm going way off track. So basically, they have two choices: open up their walls or get out and push back to France. Luckily, they all did get back, though many of them will never forget the experience of their time in Syria. It'll be something to tell the kids, or maybe their moms. Oh, I guess the other issue with planes is those intercoms. They're always lost in translation. And this pilot learns the lesson. Fun way. When the pilot found out an air traffic controller's mother was on the flight and it was her birthday, the pilot wanted to surprise her. And what a surprise indeed. They obviously caused panic since Generally, passengers are only half listening to the pilot. They were not expecting there to be a bomb on board, or was it supposed to be a mom on board? This was not an easy mistake for the pilot to tell his boss about. I mean, come on, man. Don't say anything you don't need to say when flying a plane. We all know we don't want to have another France airline incident, do we? Please, God, help me get to the next story. Oh, come on, you gotta be shitting me. I mean, really? Why is it every time I ask someone to pull me out of this pit of audacity, I trip and fall right back in? This man, yes, this man has crossed the line of idiocy. Leon Starfity, 27 of West Hartford, decided that he was sent by God, who seems to enjoy fucking me over. Beforehand mentioned man broke into the house of the dead resident using a fire poker to break apart statues of Roman soldiers and other things. He then took a shower using his many different assortments of soap and feminine products, then put on the clothing of the deceased man. When the police arrived, our friendly derp angel decided to tell the other officer what his mission from God was by starting a light from above told me to do this. So this light must have fried the crap out of his brain. He also must have thought he was Santa Claus because he considering how he came in through the fireplace. When the resident tried to call 911, the police had arrived. The resident fumbled with the phone, and good old Leon boasted how God would not let them use the phone. Since this story speaks for itself, let's give Leon a hand back to heaven and just make sure he pays his taxes. Since this angel here apparently does not need to pay his taxes, everyone say hi to Russell. He is from heaven, and this makes him not need to pay his taxes. Yep. Makes perfect sense to me. Yes, that's all that needs to be said for this story. Right? But of course it's not, because you see, Russell went too far when he sent a letter in 2008 stating he had no income whatsoever, stating in the letter how he had had to be as polite as possible to the mortal. So he could end up having to pay a $200,000 fine and possible 6 years in jail. So he better hightail it back to heaven if he did not want the law to come over there and whip his ass with the fines. Thus ending another exciting, or more or less, episode of What the Fuck Are You On? If there is anything you'd like to say about the episode, or an article you would like me to talk about, you can send it an email to to WTFRYOShow@gmail.com, or leave it in the comments below. You can also read the articles for yourself and vote on the biggest idiot. Now then, back to the Skipper and Gilligan and their 3-hour tour.
What the fuck are you on? Full of planes and people who think that they're an angel?
It was. And
Yes.
now I'm going to try and have cockamamie schemes to get off this island. Because
Yes.
no one can stop me!
I'm Skipper, he's Gilligan, and Bob's the boat. Or the tour. He's the 3-hour tour.
Where I
Bob,
just constantly say, this is a water.
This is more water! This is more water! This is...
3 hours straight.
Yes. But yes, the What the Fuck Are You On episode is kind of interesting, though, since I didn't actually get... You guys didn't even read the script yet. But there's, one segment, Air France, they were out of gas, and they landed in Syria. The other one was, the idiot pilot was trying to say happy birthday to the mom on board, but because those radios are such a piece of shit when they're talking over the intercom, it sounded like, happy birthday to the bomb on board, the bomb on board.
Christ.
I could just imagine how hysteric people would be.
Happy birthday, bomb.
I love
Yay.
you, Bommy!
It's been an entire year since I didn't blow up.
It's been an entire year.
That's your anniversary. Bob's anniversary is
It's
September.
our anniversary.
So yeah, that's a good show.
Yep. And till the next show, well, after the cold opening, but till the next show, I have been Huntzerz.
And I have been the MarioMaster.
And I still don't know what I'm doing here.
Yeah, neither do we. Bye, guys. Neither do we. Bye, guys.
Well, I'm not very fond of my voice, but here goes nothing. I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I want to help everyone I can, be they a child or an adult, a black man or a white man. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's kindness, not by each other's misery. In this world, there's room for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls. It's barricaded the world with hate. We have developed speed, but shut ourselves in. Machines that give abundance have left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness. Without these qualities, life will be violent and all will be lost. The airplane and the television have brought us together. The very nature of these inventions calls for a sort of community, a universal brotherhood in the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To all those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed. It is the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so as long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise and enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, machine men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines. You are not fodder. You are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. The kingdom of peace is within men. Not one man, nor group of men, but in all mankind, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life an adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world, that will give men a chance to work, that will give you the future and security in your old age. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise, and they never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate, and intolerance. Let us fight for a world with reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!
That was amazing.
Really? That's surprising, drunk, because I'm Huntzerz.
God damn it, how are you always drunk?
Well, have you ever heard of High on Life?
Yeah.
Well, that has nothing to do with this.
How so?
Well, I'm high on death. Wait, what?